All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing His word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And what I want to get into this morning, pretty much, how the kingdom, is a mindset, okay? And that mindset was like a seed, planted, all right, in the minds of the elect, okay? And that's why Yahweh Shai compared, the kingdom, like a mustard seed. When you go to Mark chapter 4, verse 30, and it says, and he said, whereunto, all right, shall we like the kingdom of the Most High? Or what, or with what comparison shall we compare it? You see? So now he's finna give a similitude of the kingdom, in verse 31. Verse 31, it says, it is like a grain of mustard seed, which, when it is sown in the earth, is less than all the seeds that be in the earth. And when you go into, the mindset that we have, at one time, this mindset didn't even exist, okay? Following Yahweh Shai, dedicating your life to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, all right? Speaking of rulership, all right, chariots, you see, the 12 tribes, the chart with the 12 tribes. Like, it was a time where none of these things, existed, all right, to the elect in this lifetime. Like, we wasn't born with this, man. It was a seed planted within us. This way of thinking didn't exist for a time period, man. Okay? Going back to Elder Abba Bivens, you had Jake that knew that they was Israelites, and pretty much had that Judaism, energy, but it was Elder Abba Bivens that really went into Yahweh Shai, and that's when that seed was planted, But everything, Yahweh Shai is that chief cornerstone, and that's where the minds, all right, of Israel really started changing when Yahweh Shai was brought on the scene, man. Going back into it, and it says, but when it is sown, it groweth up and becoming greater than all herbs, greater than all these other doctrines that have sprung up out of the earth, man. Because you look at the doctrine that we have, it's gonna be the last doctrine standing. Christianity makes no sense right now. You can't make it make sense. Islam doesn't make sense right now. All right? Hindu, Buddha, none of these other philosophy that have sprung up out of the earth make sense. Scientologists, But when you go into the scriptures, it's narrating what's happening through prophecy, man. And it says, it groweth up and become greater than all herbs, and shooteth out great branches, so that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow of it. So that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow of, man. That's the believers. They're able to come, to these trees of truth. A brother is likened unto a tree of truth. You see? A sincere man that's attached to Yahweh Shai, that true vine, is likened unto a branch, per se, of truth, which the believers can come lodge in the shadow thereof, which is what? A protection. Because that's why you hear brothers say, Great Millstone, the branch of Birmingham. You see that? Great Millstone, branch of LA. All right? Because this truth has grown as a tree. You see? And the fires of the air, the believers are coming and lodging, okay, in these different branches, man. All right? And being what? Covered by this word, this shadow. All right? Because the shadow is what? A relief, all right, from affliction, the heat. You see? And we know we coming into some crucial times, man. But see, it's a mindset that has been planted in the mind of the elect, and it's spread throughout the earth. Because a mindset is like a plague, okay? The reason you see niggas into street culture, because there was a mindset that was planted and it spread like a plague. The women into thought culture, independent culture, feminism, because there was a mindset, a seed that was planted, okay? And it spread like a plague. Well, the truth is doing the same thing for the elect, okay? And let's get that real quick. All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 27. It said, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, and corruption, all right, shall be overcome." Why? Because going back into the mustard seed, the truth, this mindset that was planted in the elect, now it's starting to dominate the earth. And this is what we're seeing. And it's all through prophecy. And it says, "And the truth, all right, which have been so long without fruit shall be declared." Yeah, because it was a time when the truth wasn't bearing fruit. Okay? It was a drought. But that mustard seed was planted, through Elder Abba Bivens, which was John the Baptist and Elijah, if you can receive it. Okay? And what happened, man? Then truth starting to flourish in the earth. Now the truth has fruit. You see? So the kingdom begins with a mindset that was planted, okay, by Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai in the minds of the elect. Okay? And those men began to go push and teach and plant their seed in the minds of other members of the hopeful elect. Okay? And it has grown into what you see today, man. All right? So Lord will you brothers and you few sisters will edify, man, because everything starts with a mindset. The way you think now, okay, the way we think is making us worthy, all right, of deliverance. You see? So till next time, I say shalom.